here. So today we're going to be working on this GE front loader. Earlier I did a video about the wobble issue that I fixed by leveling the machine and locking the lock nuts for the feet. And I also mentioned that because I have a missing power button and this entire display piece right here, the tinted part is missing, and there's a lot of scratches on this piece. Decided we're going to go ahead and do a video on replacing the control board. And there's a lot of reasons you might need to do this. Sometimes this knob assembly goes out and you can't switch anything. Sometimes these buttons stop working. Sometimes your power button breaks. And sometimes it just starts acting really freaky. You could get error codes, and a lot of that can have to do with this control board itself. So for this repair, unless I'm forgetting something, we're going to need a 1/4 inch with a 7mm socket and a Phillips screwdriver. May need more tools, but that's what I've got for now. So let's get started. I try to leave a little room when I set my appliances up so that I can work on them without having to move them. So first we're going to start in the back. We've got we've got 3 of these 7mm across the back here, one on each side and one in the middle. And I know I'm blocking the view, so sorry about that. Truthfully, this is a very easy repair. This should not take too long. Make sure you keep all your screws in a place that's easy to find them and not lose them. For this panel here, we're going to take out 3 Phillips screws. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then this back cover right here will pop off, as you'll see here in just a second. It does help to have a magnetic screwdriver. All of mine are. Alright. Those out of the way. This will pop off, just like so. There you go. Now that we got that out of the way, we've got everything we need to pull this cover off now. So let's go ahead and do that. This is really simple. Just give it a little tug on both sides, push it back, and then lift it up and out of the way. With that being said, we're going to need the Phillips screwdriver again. We've got the Phillips screw right here. And we've got a Phillips screw right here. And then we got your wash drawer. There's actually a screw over here. There's a tab that you can't see, and I'm sorry, but when you open your wash drawer on this particular model, the filler tube all the way in the back, the little square for powdered or liquid pre-wash detergent, there's a little tab that you push down. Unfortunately on mine, that tab is broken, so I can't get this out. But what you can do, since this is probably a common problem, if you're sitting here going, what am I going to do? Well, you can either use a stubby screwdriver, or there's little tabs on the bottom. Just push these little tabs in as you're pulling from the bottom. There you go. Just like that. And no, I didn't break it. Then you can push that back in, get it out of the way. And I know you can't see, but once you get that out, you'll see one screw right here. And it's a long one, so you'll want to remember that the long screw goes where the detergent goes. With that being said, for the most part, this thing will pop out now. Now there is, on the inside over here, there's a little tab that you can push in. If you can even get to it, there's one on the bottom. And there's one on the side. Not exactly the easiest thing in the world to get to. There it is. about in here. There's one on the side, and then there's one on the bottom, but it's further in. You'll see them. They're white tabs. They're very clear. So now it's just a matter of unhooking all of this. I probably should have mentioned, I'm going to be straight up with you. My washing machine is still plugged in. I just remembered. Now that I'm getting around to the wiring aspect. Always unplug your appliances before you work on them. I'm not going to edit that. It's a mistake that I'm sure a lot of people make, but you know, you get zapped with 120 volts. It probably won't kill you, but you'll think about it. Alright, so you've got all these wires here. This is all pretty basic. I'm not going to write any of this down. I won't forget where they go. There's little push tabs on the bottom. Just push them in, pull them out. These bigger ones have 2 tabs, one on each side, so you have to use 2 fingers to push those in at the same time. And the reason I'm not writing any of this down is because it's pretty self-explanatory. All of these wires have been in the same situation for so long, they'll just fall right back into the new one. So we'll set the old one out of the way, and we'll bring the new one over here. And we'll start wiring it up. We'll start with the outside, and we'll work our way in. Before we bolt it all back together, we'll test it to make sure it works. I mean, it's not really like this is a whole lot of work, but at the same time, you don't want to have to do it again. Good idea to test it before you put it all back together. All right, so there's all of the wires. Kind of situate it in a way that it's not going to fall, but we don't want to actually lock it back down yet in case it doesn't work, because at least the old one still worked. And there we go. Check all your buttons for soil level. Make sure your speeds work. Wash temp works. Make sure the dial works. Nice. Delay start works. Extra rinse works. Pre-wash works. Okay. Signal works. Start button works. Perfect. Just like that. I can already tell the difference. Before, when I pushed the start and pause button, it would take a few seconds before start would begin. And then when you pause it, take a few seconds before it pause as well. So we're good. Again, unplug the appliance. Go ahead and move this out of the way. We'll save it because there are a lot of boards in there that can go bad. And just because it's got a problem with the power button, there's still a lot of circuitry in there that if it fails in this one, you'd be happy you have the backup. So line these tabs up. You can't really mess this up. It's got special dowels that only go in one way. Yeah, I say you can't mess it up, but trust me, I could. Alright, here's one side. Just a matter of lining everything up, and then not too hard. Give it a good shove. There you go. Get your 2 screws right here. Let's go ahead and lock it down. Make sure you give it a good push while you're locking it down. and you don't want to tighten these too tight because this is just fairly brittle plastic. Alright, now remember the long screw. That long screw goes over here next to your detergent drawer. Next we put on our top cover. Do be careful with these. They're sharp. You can slice yourself open. I don't know if you can see my hands, but working on these appliances, well, cars as well, definitely has been taking its toll on me. Alright, so now that we got that, you can get a... There we go. Next will be the 3 Phillips screws that go in, yeah, oops, forgot to park it. Here we go. Alright, so three Phillips screws that go in here. I like to start with the middle one, make sure everything's nice and lined up. I know this is kind of a boring part here, guys. Obviously, you've already seen the best part of the video. Now you know how to change your control board. This has 3 tabs on the bottom. You want to make sure you pull out your drawer and get those 3 tabs lined up along with the top and give it a good, yeah, that's not try to make me a liar. Here we go. It's nice and on there. And there we go. Guys, that is all there is to it. Clean up your work area. Obviously, I've got some spots. I don't know what that is or where it came from, but it's on my hands. Okay. May need a little bit of Dawn dish detergent to help degrease some of this stuff that I got on here. But there you go. It's done. You know, make your final test. I'll just put it back together before you go put your tools up and everything. And there we go. Looks good, guys. Yep. Okay. So that's all there is to the video. Now you know how to change your control board. I know. I forgot to put the screws in the back. I mean, I'm not going to bore you with it. You know how to take 3 screws and screw them back into the back of the washing machine. All right. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there, and Uber on.